Hello and welcome to Affinity. I did a video about pointillism, and this is a little bit of a follow-up, just starting from where we left off. And let's just close up these layers because we're not going to do much with them. So what we have to do is kind of look at this and see what else can we do. Here's the thing you get in sometimes when you're editing. You end up with, by whatever reason, a bit of the old jaggies, got pixelated and funny things on the edges like this. A simple thing to do is to blur it. So we go to Live Filters, up to Gaussian Blur Filter. Oh, I put that in the middle there, so you see it dropped it down there. It'll put it where it wants to put it, but then you can always drag it out. It's a bit of the annoyance, but also the joy of Affinity Photo, that you can just drag things around, it'll do it. Right, so now what we can do, often preserve alpha is a good idea because it stops things going funny at the edges, and just turn this up gradually, because if you go far the whole picture will disappear quite quickly. So you only want fractions of a pixel. There you go. See, 0.5 of a pixel, which whatever that is, and this is blurred in quite nicely, quite harmless. Control 0. There we go, we can see the whole picture, we've not really lost anything there. So that's one thing to do. Another thing we can do is to, when we did what we did before with this, let's open this up again here. We had this Gaussian blur layer we put on the original background, because without it you can see the bricks through and it's not very artistic. But that helped with that. Another thing you can do instead of this is just have a plain white layer behind here so it looks like a canvas. And the way to do that is to go to Layers, New Fill Layer. We get a completely white one here. Let's zoom out. And then we drag that all the way down to the bottom. So that's going to be hidden. Come on, bring it in please. There we go, thank you. And then just turn off the background layer there, which had got the original building with all the bricks and everything else in it. So this is now all the dottiness going straight onto white like a canvas, but we kind of lost a bit of colour in this. So a way we can address this is if we go up here and then go to Layer, Merge Visible, which will create a copy of everything as we got to another layer with a copy. So here it is. There's the copy. So let's go to Control 0 so we can see it once. Then the trick now is to try a little bit of blending. So if I click on here, Normal, and drop down here, and we get here Multiply. There we go. Multiply does a nice thing. You can try experiment with others. And if you want to get a more intense effect, easy thing anytime is Control J, and you get an even more doubling of the effect that you just did. Okay, so there's another thing you can do with this, which is, you see if it'll work here, and this is to do a detect edges. So I'm just going to use this layer here because it's got this in it, and go to Filters, where is it? Detect, there we go, and detect edges. Ooh, and that goes pretty funny, doesn't it? And that's because of the it's trying to find the edges on things here. But what we can do is see if we can blend this in. That's actually at the moment multiplying, and we just roll down until something interesting comes up. There you go. Lighten works a bit more on that. Maybe screen. How about overlay? That looks interesting, doesn't it? Getting very much like a painting now. And it's putting edges around these things here. So if I go to this here, I can also take that edging around here and change it to black and white. So we can just go to HSL and change the saturation of that down. Does that have much effect? A little bit. Anyway, here we go, a little bit more fun. You can always take a painting and play with things, a photograph, and just keep trying stuff. That's what I enjoy doing. What happens if I click on this? And the answer is you won't break it. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that, and thank you very much for watching.